Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is the mini dude. We're gonna start another day of painting. We're just gonna do 15 to 30 minute videos. So, in the future, I'll get them shorter once I get better stuff to review or more entertaining. So right now, I'm just finishing up these two primaris intercessors. And again, if you haven't seen the first video, these are the easy to build ones. I am working on getting the other box sets. I do know that 9th edition is releasing its brand new box set. I will be getting that in the future as well. I am not sure prices yet. I will keep you guys updated if you haven't already heard. But I am also working on getting the Dark Imperium set, as said before. So right now, this is the finished product of one of the intercessors. It's not too bad. I know on the video it's hard to see because of this lighting. It's not the best, but something. If that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. Just doing some Dark Angel stuff. Blood Angel, sorry. And these are new brushes. I just got these in today from eBay. They're actually really nice brushes. It goes all the way down to the 00 and a triple. I am currently using the triple just to get the finer details out of the way. More filling in spots more than detailing at this point. And I am just using the plaid metallic paints and mats and whatnot from Walmart. They're actually a really nice brand. Cheap. I actually recommend to get these if you're just starting out with this, because it starts at 50 cents, 90. I want to say 92 cents, all the way up to about $3 to $4. Of course, it depends which ones you get. These metallic ones, they're at $2 a piece. And these multi-surface ones are at $2 a piece, if you can see that, sorry. Actually, I think the multi-surface ones are just a little under $2 now. And I am just using recycled alligator clips. These are rather nice. I do have some other red clips I like to use, but they're being used to make sure you guys don't fall. It's not looking too shabby, huh? Currently, I'm not, but I do suggest to use 2 cups of water. I use glass. I use some glass jars I got from my local 99-cent store. They are really nice for painting, actually, because they hold a good amount of water. And, I'm sure if you've painted in the past, or even as a kid in kindergarten or preschool or whatever you painted. Don't gotta go into life details there. But as far as that goes, I'm sure you've seen the paint sludge that accumulates at the bottom, right? Well, it's nice because these jars don't do that. And if they do, it's like super easy to clean out. Just a little bit of hot water and it's gone. So I personally use glass. I mean, if you got plastic cups, there's disposable party cups, which I'm sure you probably do, then you go ahead and just use that, or even an old coffee mug, This is the channel of the recycled goods. And that's more white, but I am going to be working on getting this color again. I mix a bit of gold and white to that, and it gives me a nice purity seal paste. You know how it kind of looks like a oil pastel portrait color? I'm sure you've seen it. That's what I try and go for. And that's kind of what it gets me. You know, I use a dot of gold, I use a little bit of white, I mix it, get to a satisfactory tan color, then I just use that. You know, if you guys are playing like me to paint a lot of purity seals, because you're going to be getting a lot of primaris intercessors, or any primaris really to have purity seals, I suggest to get a little tiny jar, like those sauce jars. Just get one of those and pre-mix a nice little bucket of it, because it's not the most used paint that you're going to be using, but it is going to be the most convenient, so you don't have to keep remixing and wasting paint, like as you can see I've done. So I am going to be working on making a little jar for myself actually here in the future. I suggest you do that with any of your paints that you custom mix that you like. You know, if like actually I had this little travel sized photo kit, and it came with like this little card type thing, and I'm going to be using this from now on to keep track of what colors I use to make a certain color. You know, it's just simple paper. You know, even use a little notebook if you want to. Yeah, see? Now this came with 2 of them. I am going to be, like I said, putting dashes of what paint I've used to get that certain color, and then doing its final result. So if you want to keep remixing it and you know how much it's going to get you, like dot, and get you that color, then I suggest kind of like this grid pattern so you can keep better track of it. And it's acrylic paint, so I mean it's not going to rub off, not unless you're in a more humid environment, which I suggest to at least put it in a box or plastic wrap or anything like that sort, just to kind of keep it more fresh, so you don't gotta worry about it rubbing away or anything like that. Or even taking pictures, you know, writing a note on your computer or whatever's convenient for you at that time. Like I said, I'm just gonna start using the little graphs to keep track of it, because that's a little easier for me. Oh, you could even use you know, I'm sure you've seen those pocket-sized travel calendars, right? You could even use one of those if you want to, just because it has that little boxed grid pattern to it. So if you want to go and try that, then by all means. Sorry, I have to keep reaching over and rewashing my brush, so you might be seeing that a lot in this. And I do a heavy loaded brush, but then I just smear it along to evenly displace everything. You know, and take your time. No rush. If you're just doing this for a hobby, then take your time with it. If you're doing it to get a battle ready, then there's multiple videos out there on what you can do to speed up your painting process. Mine's relatively simple. This paint's just a tad bit on the cheaper side, so you gotta use multiple layers to get your desired finish and look to it. Like right now, it's a nice smooth. You know, it kind of feels like it arrives in this particular fashion. So it's nice at this point. Now you don't have to use the 000 brush for anything like this. Let me see, I think I have it here somewhere. I'd suggest to use a number 2 or 1 even, just because it has the fatter body of the brush, but a fine tip. You know, it'll achieve the same stuff Trip 0 is going to, but I just feel like using this little one. Go ahead and let that all dry. Give this a check out. See, now that's some nice coloring on there. If you can even see that. One second. Let me go ahead and get to a cut real quick. And we're back. So this is the end product of what I was going for. This is actually the best look I've got so far. And now we're just turning everything to match that, but with this marine. And again, I will be working on getting a Patreon set up. I am currently in the process of that. So do be looking forward to that getting linked into my future videos, or possibly even this video, depending when I get that sorted out. But yeah, if you guys want to leave donations, I will be leaving your names in each video to let everyone know how awesome you guys are for funding this project and keeping this channel going. You know, another day, got some more brushes we gotta buy, more paints. And I will be working on getting the GW paints or Army paints in the future. I will use them for a while, then I'll do my own review. I'm sure you've already seen all the reviews, you know. But this is going to come from a guy that doesn't have over like 15 subscribers at most. You know, you're going to get an honest review, not just what they paid me to say. Because I know a lot of these YouTubers, they put in their 2 cents, but half the time it's like, what? Huh? Well, that doesn't help me. Barely showed me what color it uses. He just told me how it applies. You know, it's not that useful. I've watched them all. Alright, so this guy's pretty much done. You know, I just gotta add some fine detailing later. I'll go ahead and give him a quick assembly so you can check him out. I really like these easy to build, especially since I'm starting out with this. You know, I do have some regular ones somewhere, but I just like these guys. Go ahead and click it on there. I'll re-add it a little bit later. But yeah, there's your second intercessor. If that'll focus, there we go. A little bit better. If you can see that, man, that's really hard to see. There we go. This blue light's a little bit better so you guys can see that. And it does have a nice shiny glow, but it also does have its fair share of matte to it. So if you're looking to get a little bit of both, then I suggest to use this plaid paint, however you pronounce it. Everyone got their own ways, so. Yeah, and the blue brush I'm currently using is from Walmart, retailing about $5 for, I believe, 10 brushes, 10 or 9 brushes, something like that. Yeah, they're good quality. I do suggest to get the ones off of eBay though. You get it, you know, these ones, the black ones, the black one I got right here on my right. I ordered him. You know, I was thinking, okay, you know, it does look pretty good. I could use that. And what I got in is actually far better than what I expected. You know, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can see those brushes too. You know, it was fairly cheap. In US dollars, it was about $7.30 base price. I can't remember tax was a little bit over $8. Or no, I think it was a little bit under $8, something like that. But yeah, they're actually really good quality. Of course, if it's just like a randomized picker, how they do it, then you may not receive these brushes. You know, it could be like red or blue, green, or it could even be these blue brushes. You know, I'm not too sure because the picture I saw is completely different than what I've got. But I'm very satisfied with what I got, so no complaints there. And they come with these nice little bristle protectors. I am gonna start using these. You will see those getting taken off and on. Just unpackaged a new one, and they all come with brush protectors, so no worries there. It's all gonna be the same. Switch the light here. There we go. Now you can see. And I will be working on getting better lighting, so don't worry. It's all a process. I need some more copper. I mean, this antique copper looks really nice on there too, on the emblems and sigils and whatnot. It looks nice. Adds that nice Warhammer 40k look to it all. And I know I didn't wash the brush, I just dipped it in, but hey, you cover it with enough copper, it'll be fine. If anything, it'll make it look a little bit better. See, I'm not sure if you can see that, but that looks really nice on there. These guys are my almost coup de grace. You know, I still have the Sergeant to work on. I will be painting him in the same way, pretty much. You know, I gotta get those red base colors in and whatnot. This guy is gonna be a tad bit harder to paint just because he has so much more detailing to him. You know, you have to get the skin color just right, and it's a process with this guy. You know, I am working on getting them all painted up so I could have a full Battle Legion of Primaris going. But on that note, I am gonna leave this video out right now. Gonna go ahead and close out. And again, I do hope you guys are staying safe during these, well, troubling times, if you could say them. You know, if you're got these good Warhammer minis, you know, you're just taking up painting, then you should be perfectly fine. Just take your time, no rush. The world's gonna be intact by the time we get back to it. So, I wish you all a safe trip, and don't forget, stay strong and keep painting. Also, don't forget the Blood Angels. Have a good night.